Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please do not forget to hit on the like button. This is a very painful incident that happened on Thursday, 23rd of September 2021. The man you are seeing there was once a chairman, and this happened in Delta State, Nigeria. He's called Ore. He was actually killed in a very painful way when it's something that wouldn't have happened ordinarily. Guys, it will pain you to know how this man died. He actually went to make peace during an alleged court attack on the vigilante chairman in the community whom he had recently handed over to after his tenure as the chairman had ended. You see that in some situations, some people are out there feeling that they want to go make peace with people that are fighting, and sometimes it doesn't end well at all. That was what has happened to Ore. They gave him a very heavy beating and struck his head with a metal. He kept on bleeding seriously, and then someone who was passing by just saw what was happening and realized that this man was pushed away while after they broke his head, he was bleeding seriously. So this guy was driving his bike and had to take him and rush him down to the hospital. But unfortunately, he was lying there and losing lots of blood. When he got to the hospital, he couldn't make it. This man who picked him up didn't even know him, was just sympathizing with him, his situation, seeing that this guy has been knocked down by these other people. Meanwhile, following the threats to the safety of lives and property in the local government, they started threatening people and saying that they're going to come and attack the community members. Right now, the chairman, who is Mr. Victor, has announced there's a curfew in the community that will span from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and this will continue until further notice. Isn't this a very painful one that this man has found himself in? This man would have still been alive if only he hadn't gone there to make peace. This is what will relent a lot of people or will stop people from going to get themselves involved in trying to settle disputes outside. If this man knew that this is how he was going to end, I'm sure he would never have attempted to go and settle this dispute. And he was trying to help his new chairman, whom he just handed over to, and he saw that the things was getting so bad, he had to get himself involved, thinking that it will settle the whole issue that is happening between the cult members and the vigilante. But unfortunately, they ended up killing Mr. Ore. And there's a statement that has also been released by Comrade John, that's the new media and ICT aides in the chairman's office. He also called for police to come over to assist in the community. And this is actually happening in the Orekpo community area in Delta State. The statement that was actually released is this, so that the public can also hear and know that this is real. It's not just a mere story that happened, but it's been taken seriously by the community, and that's why they released this statement today, saying, due to the rising threats to the safety of lives and property in Orekpo community, the Itope East Local Government Authority has placed a curfew in Orekpo community from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. with effect immediately. In the light of above, all police formations situated in proximity to Orekpo community are hereby ordered to enforce the curfew in accordance. Accordingly, residents of Orekpo community should endeavor to comply to enable security operatives maintain law and order. Vehicular movements, inclusive of motorcycles, bicycles, are also restricted in the community during these hours. Essential services and emergencies will only be allowed movement during these hours. Security operatives will be on patrol and routine check. They have instructions to detain anyone on the road past 7 p.m. without proper authorization. I extend my condolences and deepest sympathies to the families and loved ones of Mr. Anthony Ore, who was gruesomely killed at Orepo community at the early hours of Thursday, 23rd September 2021. I want to assure the family members and the general public that the local government council and the security operatives are on top gear to bring the perpetrators to justice. God bless you. This was a statement that was actually released this morning. It's such a pain that the family is going through such a loss. This is a loss that wouldn't have happened if only he hadn't gone there. But sometimes some people feel that the only way out is for them to intervene and make peace, which is not a bad thing. But situations where people are having physical clash, sometimes people are advised not to go there, because sometimes you go there with a clean heart to go and make peace. In the end, it's even you that is a neutral person that would even get affected. A lot of people have sustained injuries as a result of going to make peace with people that are fighting. You that is in the middle, you'll be the main person that all hands will be on, because they may not be able to reach their opponent. You that is in between them will be the easiest target, and at the end of the day, you're the one who will sustain worse injury than the person that is even involved in the fight. It's so sad that Mr. Ore, the former chairman and vigilante of the Orepo community, has lost his life to this very tragic and painful incident that has just happened. It's such a pain. His family is mourning and they are so heartbroken because they know that their husband and father would have been alive today if he did not go in between the vigilante and the cult member. Good a thing he was only practicing being a very good leader as he was before, and he felt he needed to assist his upcoming leader whom he just handed over to. And the best way for him was to see how he could separate the fight and make peace between the vigilante and the cult members that were there fighting that very Thursday. But sadly, he ended up being the person that was killed. And sadly, why this whole thing is even very painful in the end is that he who went to separate the fight was the only person that was killed. And the people that were even involved in the fight, it wasn't even as bad as it went down for Mr. Ore. What would you say now? Is it that to discourage people from going to make peace? Or what would be the advice out there, friends? Because making peace is a good thing. But where it's now physical, would you still encourage people to go and make peace? On the other hand, is it not better to also call on the cops rather than going yourself to go and get involved? And things that involve people that are fully armed like that, you don't expect yourself to go in there and come out the way you went in. Making peace for Mr. Ore was a good decision, but at the end of the day, it has turned out to lead to his own death. Friends, in situations where people are physically fighting each other, would you advise someone to go there and break up the fight? What would be your best advice in situations like this? People are also advised, if you see things like this happening that is physical and people are armed, it's more better and easier to call on the cops so that they can intervene. When you go in there to go and separate a fight, sometimes it doesn't end well for people, especially those that decided to make the peace. May the soul of Mr. Anthony Ore rest in peace, and may God console his entire family, friends, well-wishers, all those that knew him. May God console them all. This is a very painful way to lose someone. In the minds of his family now, it will be, if only he didn't go there, he would have still been alive with them today. It's really painful to lose a loved one like this. Friends, please If you have anything to say, you could put that down at the comment section. And that is why the curfew has been set, because after this clash had happened, there were threats that they would now come in and start attacking people in the community. And to avoid that, that is why they have set a curfew from 7 p.m. till 7 a.m. in the Oracle community, so as to ensure that lives would not be lost again. At the same time, even if people have made up their minds to go and separate fight out there, it's good. You should be very careful and watchful. And another thing is, if it's something that is very serious with weapons involved, it's more advisable to call on the cops to come and intervene rather than you going there and then in the end it's a different story. It's such a pity that Mr. Ore has gone like this. Once again, may his soul rest in peace. Friends, that's a statement that was actually released this morning, citing the curfew and reasons for the curfew as well. Friends, thank you for coming up today. Please do not forget to hit on the like button. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you. God bless you all.